Good morning, everybody. It's day 3. It's about 6 a.m. And boy, last night was a wild night. Just after I told you guys that it was just a nice breezy evening, that wind picked up and it was so strong and so violent that it ripped a bunch of the tent stakes out and it collapsed half the tent on me. And one of my tent stakes must have gone flying off into the woods or something because I couldn't find it. It's missing. But luckily I do carry a few extras. So I was able to restake down the tent. I found some rocks to hold it down. But I was legitimately a bit nervous going to sleep. But I lived through the night. Here I am. We are off to see another day. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of a breeze today to keep the bugs off. Look at all of these violets. That is so pretty. Well, this is really cool. I didn't know that was there. This forest is just full of trilliums. Look at them all. A lot of these really stagnant pools of water, which is good for the frogs. Yucky that it breeds mosquitoes. Look at the size of that beaver lodge. And there's actually one way over there too. All right, well, we are all done with the Timberland Hills segment, and that was mostly double track, like the wide skeet trails and such. Pretty cruisy, actually. There's a few hills in there, of course, but pretty good walking. And now we are headed on to our next segment. Well, there's no big sign. I guess this is our sign. Sand Creek segment for the next 6 miles. Ooh, this one is pink. Wow, look at the size of that thing. Well, this is pretty. We've just been in deciduous forest for the last 2 days. It's really nice to see some pines. Well, part of the trail gets closed during hunting season, so you have to go that way. But since it is not hunting season, we're going to go on the normal route. And look at that, we just found some wolf scat again. That makes me happy. Well, I've seen quite a bit of wildlife on these segments so far. You know, I saw a bear yesterday, and then I've seen a lot of white-tailed deer and grouse and turkeys. Those ones are always too fast for me. I can't get my camera out fast enough to film them. But, you know, even the wildlife that I don't see, just knowing that they're out here with me, it's a pretty cool feeling. And, you know, I'm in their home, so my goal is just to walk as humbly and as peacefully as I can. All right, all done with the Sand Creek segment, and now we just have a real quick 0.3 miles down this road to the next section. Well, look at that. I found a jack in the pulpit. You don't see that many of those. Yeah, in the past couple of miles there have been some kind of steep ups and downs. Got me out of breath. Well, that's fun. Somebody's decorated this tree's malformity. That's cute. Well, it has started raining just a little bit, but I'm okay with that because when I was planning this trip, it said that today was going to be heavy rain pretty much all day, and that has not happened, so I'm feeling pretty blessed anyway. Oh my gosh, it was some crazy camouflage. So I saw her up in the trail, and then all of a sudden I didn't anymore, and I did not see her run off, and I was like, I think she laid down, which is what you should do to try to hide, and I wouldn't have come any closer except that the trail goes right by there. And so I stopped right where at the last point that I saw her, and I was looking and looking and looking. I mean, she was almost right under my feet. Wow, oh, she's so precious. Well, we've made it to our next segment, which is Mackenzie Creek, and we're right there. And I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to camp in this state wildlife area, but we are gonna try to go somewhere in here. I believe that is open to dispersed camping. All right, well, this is our spot for the night. The trail is right here. And I'm sure this spot is loaded with ticks, but you know, you can't be too choosy. It is flat and it is not muddy, and that's all I'm looking for. Dinner tonight is lasagna. I could eat like 10 bowls of that. I'm so hungry. All right, well, today was a really good day on trail. It was like 20 degrees cooler than it was the previous 2 days, and it felt so nice. And it is kind of early, but I'm really tired. And there's just a very light rain, which is the best sound to hear on a tent. And I bet the minute I lay down in there, I'll be asleep before I can count to 10. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.